Hi friends, it's Byron and I'm back, and today I'm going to try something new. I'm going to do a reaction video because Carnival Cruise Line, as you know, they got new rules. They got them, and a lot of people that normally frequent certain Carnival cruises are very upset about it, so we're definitely going to talk about it here on this video. Then we're going to talk about black fatigue. You know, as a black traveler myself, I can definitely relate to this, and I'll definitely tell you guys what I think about it throughout this video or at a certain point in this video. And we're just going to talk about like the black traveler overall, and let's get into it. So with the last clip that you guys seen, let me know what you guys think. So here's the deal. I personally didn't think that there was anything wrong with the clip because it seems like they were at a nightclub. I do believe they were on a Carnival cruise. And yes, the young lady was dancing a little bit provocative and showing a little bit too much. But it still looked like it was fun. She was dancing by herself. She wasn't harming anybody. This kind of thing, I personally don't think that it was a bad thing. Let me know how you guys feel. Like, you know, there's a certain way that people do things. They dance and this, that, the other. I personally wouldn't do a thing like that. And I will say this. I've been on one Carnival cruise ship. I didn't go to the nightclub. My experiences on the Carnival cruise ship, I will definitely let you guys know about that as we go throughout the cruise, starting with the cruise that I was on. Somebody did get stabbed in a nightclub. So, and there was various things that happened throughout the cruise. So anyway, let's jump into this next clip. Okay, friends, so now as you guys seen in that next clip, I don't know if you guys can see the title of it, but it was saying after the nightclub. Now here's the thing, they're in a public place, they're disturbing the peace. Why you even need to do all these flips and things like that in the area right there outside the elevator? You're making all of this noise, and then you're wondering why the authorities on Carnival cruises are treating you whichever way that they're treating you. And what I would have to say to that is, like, I've experienced even on my cruise, like I said before, we were at the buffet and this guy, and believe it or not, friends, all of the people that are making all of these debacles and things on Carnival Cruise, they're not all black, because this guy that I'm getting ready to talk about that like butted right in the buffet line because he was like, oh, well, I already stood in the line before, so I can just come right up and get my food again, wasn't black. So anyway, I just don't, are these altercations, I said debacle, but these altercations, so I like things like that, that's not acceptable. And it's like, you know, I'm sure they were taught some kind of home training, and I know people want to have a good time. I love having a good time, but that's not the time that people should be having. Like, you're in a public space on the cruise ship, the nightclub is done, it's over, go to bed. You can do a nightcap, make it quiet. Like, there's many places on a cruise ship to continue to have a little bit of fun. Where they did it and how they're doing it is just, it's just not it. What do you guys think? Tell me down in the comments. Let's go on to the next clip. Okay, friends, so it wouldn't be a carnival reaction video without a fight. And I didn't want to choose one that was showing like them actively punching one another or things like that. But there was a little bit of chair throwing in the video. And then I cut the clip a little bit short because they started using profanity and things like that. But the sad thing is that you can see toward the end of the video a little bit of that black fatigue, because there was definitely some people on the ship saying, you know what, they need to get off the ship. Now the person that commented throw them in the ocean, well, I'm sure that they were joking, but believe it or not, they do have a little jail on cruise ships that they can hold people in, or they'll confine you to your room or things like that, which actually happened on the cruise that I was on. Like I told you guys, there was a lot going on this Carnival cruise. And yes, it was one of those cruises that were pretty cheap. We as a family went like maybe a group of 8 or 10 or something like that. So yeah, there were other family groups like that as well. But yes, somebody did get confined to their room. Yet things just happen of the sorts, you know. I'm sure whatever it is that happened, and it's like, I know people be like, oh, well, I ain't no snitch or this, that, the other. I'm sure it could have been handled a different way. You know, once you know better, you do better. And I'm not saying that those people don't know any better. I don't know them from a can of paint. But I'm sure that there was somebody they could have brought the situation to get something resolved. And if that happens, I mean, if you were there and that happened, and then nothing did get resolved and things kept happening, then now we have a different conversation. But for the meantime, in the beginning of something, I mean, like, take it to the authorities on Carnival, and I'm sure something could have been resolved. Okay, you guys, let's go into the next.
I've been keeping up about what's going on Carnival, but now they're saying, well, first they said no fans. They're basically getting rid of boots on the ground. I don't know why that song bothers people so much, but that's very, very weird. Secondly, now they're saying just within the last 24 to 48 hours that they're no longer playing rap music on Carnival Cruise. Like, I'm really disgusted because I just went in April and, you know, I had a ball. I'm talking about boots were on the ground. Fans were clacking. Rap music was being played. Club was lit. Like, I had the ball of my life. And I have another cruise booked, and this time it's a 6-day cruise. And this is the longest cruise I've ever been on, or going to go on. And it's already booked and paid for. And now I'm like, I don't even know if I want to go. Like, do y'all think I should go? Should I just wait and see what's going to happen?
Okay, friends. So it's clear that the people from the last clip, or some people, expect a certain kind of entertainment from Carnival. And I'm not saying that she's one of those people that are causing all of these episodes and things, but I just want to point out is that, you know, some people go on the Carnival cruises because they know they're going to have the rap music, and there's going to be, like, for a better lack of words, like a hold down and stuff like that. So her decision may be valid of, you know, if she wants to continue to go on her Carnival cruise that she already booked, because now she figured with what the new rules implies is that she may not have a good of a time. And the thing is that it is really sad, because you should be able to play rap music and do those line dances and things. I love rap music. I love to do a line dance. But the problem becomes is that it's the after fact. Is when they get those alcoholic drinks or whatever it is that sets somebody off to cause a commotion. So I think they think that, I guess, the resolution is to not play such music or vulgar music. Or, and I hear, and I didn't really look into a lot of the rules that they have, but I know they're cutting back on, like, the alcohol package. And then they also are checking, like, bags and liquids that people bring on, because still at this point in time, people are saying how they sneak liquor on Carnival cruises. And it brings me to my point. I told you guys I would talk about the one Carnival cruise that I went on. And believe it or not, people were, like, smelling like marijuana the entire time. So it's not that they were bringing gummies. Like, they were actually bringing marijuana on the boat. And they were smoking it somewhere because they reeked of it. And when we were at a comedy show, the comedian was like, yeah, you know, you guys are doing this and you're doing that. And you're smoking all this weed and this, that, the other. And, you know, when we get back in the dock, So we got back into dock, and there was somebody that was on our floor. The police was banging on the door, like, open up the door and yada yada yada. So there were a lot of people when we got back to Miami-Dade that went to jail. So just because you do it on the sea doesn't mean that it stays on the sea. So good luck to that young lady, and I really hope that she does try the new Carnival way, because even though certain music won't be played, there still will be black music being played. There's a lot of dance music that you can dance to that doesn't get like a certain age group kind of like hyped up and wanted to do whatever it is that they do, feeling like they're Superman. I don't know. Like I said, I usually try to stay away from younger crowds, but you guys comment below. Like, you know, we're on a cruise ship. There are many of ages, so let me know how you guys kind of handle those situations. I know myself personally, actually, I don't even stay up that late to go to the nightclub, even here on land, let alone on a cruise ship. So I don't know. You guys comment below and let me know. Now, let's get into this next clip, because this lady, she mentions that if you are one of those bargain cruisers, you don't necessarily have to cruise with Carnival. Let's get into it.
Would never. These are the things that are commented on my videos and in my lives all the time. Whether you want to believe it or not, Carnival's not the cheapest. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna prove that. You know I'm coming with a receipt. So let's compare some pricing. So I picked the Harmony of the Seas for 7 nights in May of 2025, interior stateroom for 2 people. The total was $1,747.56. And this actually comes with $150 onboard credit. I feel like that is a steal of a deal. So let's do the same thing for the Carnival Jubilee. Again, going out of Texas. This is 1 day apart from each other. An interior stateroom for 2 people, $1,798 and only $50 onboard credit. So this is a pretty good example to show you that no, Carnival is not necessarily cheaper. It's not a huge price difference, but they're kind of in the same ballpark. And I don't think it would be fair to just show the interior in this particular case, so let's show the ocean view. The ocean view on the same sailing for the Harmony is $2157.56, again with $150 onboard credit. And on the Jubilee, for the exact same sailing, $2218 with a $50 onboard credit. Now, I will say that the balcony pricing is not as comparable because the Harmony has different styles of balconies compared to the Jubilee. And I'm sure that there's going to be somebody in here that says, oh my God, you found a single sailing. But I didn't. I found several sailings. It is absolutely okay to have a favorite cruise line, and it's okay to love more than one cruise line. It does not mean that your choice is any better than somebody else's choice. People have to find the cruise line or the vacation style that meets their vacation expectations. So just because somebody doesn't enjoy the exact same thing as you doesn't mean that their choice isn't also great.
Okay, so what did you guys think about the lady and suggesting Royal Caribbean for like the folk that aren't into all of the extra excitement, I will say, that some of the Carnival cruise ship brings if you want to be a bargain cruise person? So here's the thing, it's like, you know, yeah, that's definitely an ideal. I've been on a Royal Caribbean cruise, and yes, it was one of those bargain cruises at the time that we got through the casino that we upgraded. And yes, a lot of that stuff that goes on Carnival did not go on a Royal Caribbean cruise. And I say that to say this is that then it's kind of like the age-old thing of once one place closed down, then they all just go to the next one. So is it like, what's to happen about that? Because there's definitely something to think about, because if Carnival's not giving them what they want, and you know, we all know sometimes it's about that mighty dollar. Carnival just at the point where they're fed up with it because they're probably losing more money than they are gaining with all of the things that goes on some of these ships. And not to say that they don't happen on Royal, they probably do. The Royal Caribbean team, PR team, probably just get ahead of a lot of that stuff. But it's all in the way that you carry yourself. Give me your thoughts. Like, what do you think about the bargain cruises on Royal Caribbean, and will people go over there? Is it gonna be the new Carnival? Who knows, friends? All I know is that of right now, I've only been on 3 cruises, and the third one is Virgin Voyages, and as of right now, Virgin wins for me. So I'm a huge advocate of Virgin. I've been on only 1 cruise. Like I said, only been on 3 cruises. So I've been on 1 Virgin cruise, and I'm going on 2 next year. So I will definitely give my opinion about those. You will see them in a video. So comment below what you guys think about, the black fatigue and the Carnival conundrums and things that happens, because it is definitely happening. It's still happening. So we'll just have to see how it all shakes out. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good night.